the topic of conversation today is this. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to post that reaction, mainly because one, it was kind of embarrassing. If you know the lore, I used to post on this channel like almost a year ago, I think. And I deleted all my previous videos because it was kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie. Like there were some videos where I was like tearing up talking about Mark and it's like I don't really want that anywhere. Now I'm contemplating whether I'm even gonna post that J reaction because oh I was crying in it. Well, not fully full on, bawling my eyes out. Because I stopped in between recording that video because I was like, this is too much. I was a bit too into my feelings. I need to stop and then return and then stop. And it's like a mess. It was a mess. That's also the reason why I don't think there's gonna be any indication in this video that will find people who, oh, 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 likes Jay. They're never gonna find this because I'm not gonna put this on the title, not gonna put it on the disc. I'm not gonna put it anywhere. So they're probably not gonna find it. Only you guys in this space will be able to know what we talk about here. But I just want to come out and say, like, I'm still undecided whether I post that because that day I recorded 4 things and 3 of them are like covers. So Heesung's, Sonu's, and Jay's, right? And Jay was the last one. Day's been going great. And when I was like watching Heesung's, so like it was all fun and games. I was joking around. And then I sat, tried to listen to Jay's cover. All hell went to shit. Like I don't know, something about it. And like I can't explain. Like, so I was like, hey, what is wrong with me? Like, I genuinely thought that's like, I was thinking to myself, was I not okay that day? But then that's not the case earlier. Prior to that, I was like recording, I was fine, in a good mood, I would say. And then I was just like hit in the heart. Like, I feel like I was stabbed in a place where I did not want to be stabbed. I still don't know. Like, I'm really embarrassed. Dude, at some point, I just started like fucking praying, bro. Like if you watch me, I'm not like, oh my god, I'm tearing up, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. Like no, like because even when like I remember the times where I will feel that way is when I see Jongwon's eyes. Like I would like kind of feel something, but then I will stop it immediately. Like I will not be like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry and then cry, right? But like, dude, in that reaction, I was like stopping every 5 seconds, like, and I wish I was kidding because like I don't know, like I don't know what he put in there that just made me feel like crying. Okay, so I watched my own reaction, like I watched the clip, and then at some point I was like, "What the hell? I don't think I can even post this because it's too messy." I was like all over the place, my emotions, and so I wrote my thoughts. This is because I'm like confused, like I don't know what happened. I was like kind of scared that people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're kind of overreacting. Like, what are you? Why are you tearing up every 5 seconds?" And so that's like one of the reasons why I'm like contemplating if I'm ever gonna post that because like I know people are gonna be like, "It's not that big of a deal," and like I usually won't even be like that. So I wrote my thoughts because if I decide to not post it, at least some of you guys who were, I said, in this space and like are watching me will know what I think about it and like no one else can find that out. It's like I'm really embarrassed by what happened in that reaction. No one can find this. It's between you and me, bestie. I wrote my thoughts. First of all, was that live? Like to me, it sounded live, but I think what it is that makes that cover so great is it feels and it sounded like the priority was not to sound good. And like, don't get me wrong, he sounded really, really, really freaking good, bitch. Like, but I think he went on there, grabbed a mic, and his thought was not, oh, I'm gonna hit all the technicalities correct. Like, he's not singing thinking, oh, I'm gonna put my rasp in here and I'm gonna sing this part particularly breathy and like I'm gonna like enter like this on this high note and this high note is gonna be clean but that high note I'll put a rasp. Like it didn't feel like he was overthinking singing at that point. So that's what I meant. Like, to me, it felt like the priority of that cover is to portray an emotion, and that's why it felt like I was getting hit in the face. It felt like he was relaxed doing it, and that he was trying to send a message. Because, like, at the beginning, you know me, I like lyrics, but for some reason, when I was reacting to the covers, like to the three covers that I reacted to, I wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics because it's not like part of the lore. Like, I know that bad. I just was not paying attention to the lyrics. I did not pay attention to the lyrics with the Hisan cover, the Sonu cover. Like, I wasn't. I wasn't really paying attention to what Jay was singing about. But then at some point, it just started feeling like there was something. Like it started, emotions are like pouring out that I'm like, wait, what is happening? It sounds a little bit painful now. And so I unconsciously started listening to the lyrics, and then I'm just like, what the hell? Is bro okay? Is he going through something? Like, I was a bit uncomfortable. I went through different stages of grief listening to that. Like, I was having a good time until I wasn't. It started feeling a little intimidating in a way that I feel like I was invading on his privacy. Like, it felt intimate. And I said this in my reaction too. Like, I can't even articulate what I was feeling at that moment. Like, trying not to ask that question because I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, I feel like people are gonna be like, you're new here and you're already stirring up issues, girl. Like, because even if I was joking, it felt as if it, it felt as if I was hearing something that I shouldn't be hearing. I can't ask the question because I said I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Am I supposed to be hearing this? That's like how it felt. Like, that's what I meant by saying, like, it felt intimate. It felt like I was invading on his privacy. It felt, what I think is like, it feels like he had somebody in mind. And I really don't want to say it because I feel like people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, hey guys, that's just how I feel. I'm not saying it that's what's happening. Like, I don't know, he might be thinking of the technicalities and I'm over here like, I don't think he's thinking of technicalities. He might be. I don't know this man. I'm just telling you exactly what I felt listening to it. That's how it feels. It feels like he had somebody in mind, and then at some point just feeling, I was like, really like, I don't know, it just felt like he was like bearing his heart out singing that song. Like, I feel like I was looking straight into his emotions, and then I feel kind of like, whoa, are you sure you want to tell me this? Like, I don't know, it just felt like that. Am I gonna get in trouble for saying that? It did feel like I was like going through a breakup. Like, I'm like, girl, are you okay? Like, I genuinely, are you okay? Like, talk to the mic. I keep saying kind of weird things. I hear a particular sound and I kind of associate certain actions to that sound. I told you guys about one of them is like, this sounds like an ear tuck moment. Like, that's what I mean. Like, there's a certain sound that sounds like this and sounds like that. And why I'm mentioning this is because when I was like watching back the footage of me listening to Jay's cover, I kept saying that he sounds I keep saying that he sounds like the process of a smile. And now I'm embarrassed because I just feel like I'm saying some really cringy shit. And like, I admittedly think that that's also cringe. Like, what am I saying? Like, what do you mean? You sound like, but that's how that cover sounds like to me. Like, especially like, I think the beginning parts, he sounds like not a smile, the process of smiling. I feel like a lot of people can relate too, though. And honestly, when I was like hearing me say it, I was like, "What the fuck am I on about?" But yeah, I was like talking about how he sounds like the process of a smile, and then I can't explain it because like, how can I explain? It's all in here, bruh. Another embarrassing thing. Somehow there's a part of that reaction where I started like, I think I was disassociating, just like looking. Kind of forgot that I was like recording because I was like, the angle was like this. And like, it just looked like I was like falling in love with the guy, and like, no, that's no, 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 this cannot go on the internet. Like, I cannot do that to myself. Like, I'm cannot embarrass myself to that degree.
I'm falling in love like stars in the sky with every
because I was listening to the song first before I was like looking at the video. So I was like listening and like I listened to it for such a long time. And then I watched and I'm like, what the fuck? This is like the most attractive man I've ever seen in my life. Like I can't even talk right now. Maybe I'll put it here because as I said, I'm not gonna have any indication that this is about him on this title or in the description or anywhere. I don't think people are gonna find it. You can put a timestamp on that exact moment where I was just like falling in love with this man. And that is so embarrassing. Next point. Rasp. Okay, I think when I first listened to Enhypen, it was no doubt. And like the rasp, I'm able to like pick up on it because he's the only person there with the rasp. And like in the guide reaction, I said this too that like it's so rare for K-pop idols. I'm not saying like, K-pop solo or like Korean solo singers. Of course, there's gonna be different types of like singers on there as well, but I'm specifically talking about the genre K-pop, right? It's very rare for a member with rasp uh, to also be assigned high notes because there's rasp in their voice. And I think with K-pop songs, they're looking for like specific color when making the song. And like I think this is the same conversation as that time when people were like kind of questioning, hey, I thought Gio was like the main vocalist. Why is like Nayeon giving a lot more, I guess, lines than the main vocal, and like why is Nayeon like almost like the main vocal of the group? And then the answer came, like I think it was somebody answered and said like it's because the color that they're looking for Twice songs especially is like Nayeon's voice. Like it's not that Gio is bad, it's just that the song is like looking for the type of voice that Nayeon has. That's why he has more parts in specific songs or whatever. And I feel like with this K-pop songs, you generally don't utilize the raspy voices unless it's like in the lower songs or lower parts of the songs or like rappers. As I said, like I've mentioned this before, like with Channel, like usually he raps, right? And that's why I was asking, hey, like I thought Jay would be a rapper because he has rasp. Because that's usually the case. They don't usually give high notes to the member with the raspy voice. And I think one of the reasons is because one, it would be like if not utilized well enough, it could be jarring almost. Because like if you imagine it, all the other members, all the ones who are given like high notes or like yeah, the entire song, there's no raspy voice, and then all of a sudden somebody with like "Rah" in their voice is taking a high note and like could be like, oh yo, what, where did that came from? Like it could change the entire vibe of the song in a way that maybe the producers are not looking for. So it's very rare if not performed well, you know what I mean? But like they use his raspy voice very well in like in hypen songs so far from what I heard, right? So like it's good, but like in this song it's just like here, it's here. It's like that's his song, bro. That's why with like K-pop covers, it like usually shocks me because as I said, K-pop songs look for different type of vibe. But then when like Song do covers and even with Dial Tragedy, I'm like, what the hell is this kind of singing? Because that's not how he sounds like in Hypen songs. Jay uses his raspy voice in Hypen songs too, but this is entirely different. This is he's as I said, it felt like he wasn't singing to sound good. It felt like he was trying to send me a message, and I am just looking at his art for some reason, and I felt a bit intimate, and I felt like out of place a little bit. Like I'm like, are you sure you want to show me how you feel right now? Next, I literally have to write this down. Oh my goodness, when I posted that like Jay kind of rearranged the chemistry of my brain, I meant that because Discover alone single-handedly kind of pulled me in. I don't know how to explain that. You get with that what you will. I listened to that cover like 2 days ago, and now all my Twitter bookmarks is Jay. It's all him right now, and I don't know how I feel about that. It's you're fine, I'm fine. I feel like it would be him, which is strange for me because I've stand a lot of groups in the past. There's Soyochide, EXO, 17, NCT. It's like a lot of people. There's a lot of people, okay? And I guess that's also one of the reasons why people are like kind of shocked. Hey, you already memorized the names? I'm like, girl, all the groups that I've stand or like stan Are like there's a lot of members, and in Hypen there's not really a lot to memorize, and they all look vastly different. So yeah, like I'm used to like dude. 13 members, 25. Like that's why my reason was there's 25 men in NCT. It's like you just get used to it, especially I've been in K-pop for more than 15 years now. I don't get parasocial a lot. I've only been parasocial towards one person. If, of course, not really, but I feel like you get what I mean. I know what I'm trying to explain. If I were to be parasocial again, it would be this guy. I don't even know, which is, I think, one of the reasons why I'm trying not to look at him too much. But yeah, Discover Alone, my God, the most attractive thing I've seen a man do. Like, I can't. For Soon, I call him in my head Mr. Angel Face. Guess that just makes sense, right? For Jay, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. This is kind of cringy. I'm just not gonna say it. Bye, 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 bye. I did write two. If Jay ever sings it in this lifetime, I would just cease to exist. First is something that is called With a Smile by Eraserheads. Check it out. It's so good. However, it's kind of like an older song. So some of like the record on the internet is like crispy as shit. They cry if he like posts that shit. And another one is like I Don't Want to Miss a Thing